Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies, and my name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you all back to another Throwback Friday. This one's number 29. Right, so the videos I've selected for you this week all come from sort of the end of October, beginning of November last year. I've got 3 for you, I think, possibly even 4. But what I have done is I have seriously cut into them to shorten them down. We have got a Whips, Bits and Chat, okay, number 28. We've got an Inside a Crochet magazine and a Knitting magazine. And now these last 2 videos I have basically cut right off, giving you the intro, a little bit of information about which ones are the books, which books they are, and then I'm going to have the link sitting up here, and of course in the drop down box down below for you to have a nose at those later. Now on the Inside Crochet I have left one pattern in, and you'll understand why when you get to it. Alright, so let's get on with having a watch at Whips Bits 28. And I'll see you in a bit to add in any extra bits that I definitely forgot on that day of recording. As some of you know, last week and this coming week I am manning the Royal British Legion table at my local Morrison's branch. So that's where you've got some videos that I've previously made. There was an episode of Inside Crochet magazine back issue. Now that was the back issues 108 to 112. Now I'd only put those in small groups of 5 books, solely so that you got more time to see each image, and so I hope you like that one. Up next are your images. Okay, so this week, as I said, I haven't been as active on YouTube and things like that, so I wasn't really expecting any new creations to come from you. But Jen Brandon has knocked it out of the park again for me. She has sent me this picture. So yay! Another crazy person making poppies. It's absolutely brilliant. Jen, you know I love it because I've spoken to you privately. And I love seeing all of your makes. So if you've got anything that you've made using the tutorials, please pop them on your images up on my Facebook page or send them to me via email, and then I'll be able to show off your work. Right, so up next is this week's makes. Now I've been really lucky, I've been able to do a bit of crochet, and because I've been up at the tables it's also meant that I've been forced to rest my hand rather than just carrying on throughout the day like I normally do. Now, as some of you know, I was aiming to get 200 poppies out this year, just because of the way things are. I didn't think 1,000 would be would go, especially as we had some come back to us last year. So we put last year's leftovers out on the tables, out on the table I should say, and into a couple of shops in my local area, only the 2. So we weren't expecting them, as I said, to go very quick. So last year's ones, which was 120, had been grabbed up within 18 hours, I suppose, basically under 2 days. So then we opened the next set of boxes, which are all the ones from this year, and as of yesterday I was being asked, can I make some more, because we've only got 20 left. So luckily when I was scouting around up here I found a bag that I hadn't finished putting together, so I had the poppy fronts, so I had a spare 7 poppy fronts. And of course I've got my bags of 900, I've got 900 leaves already made that I'd made last year. So last night I made it up to 20 and finished them all off and bagged them all up. So here they are. Aren't they cute in their little bags? And their little washing care instructions on the back. So they're going out. Well, they're going to go to my governor tomorrow on Monday, and they're getting quarantined as of now anyway. And I know that this house is clear of them. So that's pretty chill. I'm pretty chuffed with those, and I'm going to have to make as many as I possibly can today, and then tomorrow evening, and throughout the evenings, to hopefully give us enough so that we've got enough for Sunday when people like to pick up their items, lastminute.com, or normally it's this time of the year, it's because it's the only time they're coming out for this fortnight. Right. Crikey, after cutting all the extra bits out of that one, there wasn't really a lot left, was there? Right, so, and let me tell you a little bit extra. Hey Jen, keep your eyes peeled, babe. Your other videos, your other images will be getting shown again soon on these videos. In regards to sending your images of the items made using my tutorials, you can now tag me on Insta as well, and I'll nab the picture off that. Just pop a little write-up underneath, explain sort of giving your hook size and yarn type that you used, so that I can pass that information on to any more crazies that are planning to make those products in your country. It means then that they've got a good idea where they can get the yarn from that you used. So now it's time for the first magazine video out of the set of 2 today. Have fun, I'll see you at the other end. Today we are going to be taking a look inside Crochet magazine. Now this is issues 113, 114, 115, 116 and 117. Now I do already have a video out that has got earlier issues, and I will have another one out with later issues. Right, so as I have previously said, this is a really nice thick magazine with a decent amount of patterns in there. On some pages you will find an image and the pattern, but the majority of the patterns are placed at the back with a quick guide to show you what is there. So on the first page we have our contents sheet. Okay, now I'm just going to show you the contents sheet on the future magazines just as an image. Issue 121. So did you spot the pattern that I finally got round to making? Here he is. It is my cheeky little palace guard. Now I've shown him before, as you all know, and you know he sits up there in his box with his poppies. I couldn't resist. Now variations that I made to this pattern were of course his little button nose that I crocheted in to his head as I made him, so thankfully it was in the right spot by the time I'd finished. And then I have brought his glasses here. I got them from June. They were quite cheap actually, and I will see if I can find the information on that, and I will stick a link in the drop down box and to the page where I got them from and the size that I used, just on the off chance that any of you are planning to make a cheeky palace guard yourself. Right, so I am going to now put him back up the top with his poppies so that he can guard them. Right, and now it is time to pop in and have a look at the knitting magazine. Yep, that's right, I catered in the magazines for both crochet and knitters. I can't knit myself, so I offloaded them to a fellow creator. Hello and welcome back. Right, today we are looking at knitting magazine. Now I have 10 issues of this. Starting from February 2019.
so these are still quite recent. Now let's get on. This issue is from February 2019. Now these are quite good because again they set out your main page of things that you'd expect to find within the magazine. Right, so on this page we have the information here in regards to where you can get your missed issues, and it is seymore.magazine.com. That's SEYMOUR.MAGZENE.com. Okay.
There's definitely some beautiful, beautiful patterns in there, but oh my gosh, it looked like, those patterns to me look like I would be reading university style algebra. Nah, no chance. No way. One hand, one hook. one hand for the yarn, one for the hook is plenty for me. Don't get me wrong, I have done a little bit of knitting in the past, but that's one stitch and backwards and forwards over and over again. I was never able to move on to picking up 2 stitches and running 2 different stitches along the same row. It just completely and utterly confused me back then, and to be honest, I would probably be trying to do the stitches as crochet stitches on a knitting hook, so no, not really going to work with me with 2 needles and the yarn. But you never know, one day I may move up to Tunisian, because that's pretty much a mixture of the 2, isn't it? Right, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next week for another Throwback Friday. Big hugs, if you can, stay in and please stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody. Oh, and by the way, the pattern for that Links in the drop down box below.